putting about 10 billion or whatever in the solar whatever exclusively for this thing is not the right thing for us to do now. So if they can make effort to give themselves 24 hours power supply, they should first of all do it to the citizens.
The Nigerian government has launched a 10 billion solar power project at Aso Rock, aiming to tackle the country's ongoing energy crisis and promote renewable energy. The initiative, which seeks to utilize solar energy for sustainable power generation, has sparked a variety of reactions. On one hand, proponents argue that these projects could help address the nation's frequent power shortages and reduce its reliance on traditional energy sources. On the other hand, critics question the feasibility of such an expensive project, given Nigeria's history of difficulties in implementing large-scale infrastructure projects. On today's edition of People Talk, Vanguard took to the streets to ask Nigerians what they think about the Aso Rock 10 billion solar power project.
The issue is that we are into many things in this country, and that has to do with the leadership problem. God has given us all the resources it requires for us to move this country from this level to a higher level. But because of the corruption that is monumental and the selfish interest, that is where we are today. But however, even the one we have, the power system we have, from the hydro stations, from the thermal stations and all that, we have not been able to exhaust all the avenues, and we're not talking about the solar whatever. So why don't you, not too long, they privatize the power industry. The privatization of that power industry was selfish because there was no sincerity or purpose in it. Up to today, the dividends of that privatization, Nigerians are still waiting for it. We are even into more darkness than the light now. So putting about 10 billion or whatever in the solar whatever exclusively for this thing is not the right thing for us to do now. Let us go back to the status quo, retrace our steps, and work the ones that are available, like the power system we have now, hydro stations, power system, even Nigerians as a whole. We need to do a lot of. Recently now they unbundled the transmission company of Nigeria into transmission services provider and the NIMSO. What is the aim of that one? What is the justification in that policy? They brought it now. To me, we are just wasting our time. It is high time we go back to the status quo, and the only Almighty God will help us. So what I'm saying that money is a waste of money. That project is a waste of money. We have NEPA. They changed it. They said they privatized it. The privatization is for a purpose, to improve their quality, and we have not been able to see that. So at the point, the government was trying to make us know that it is very difficult to reverse it, to reverse that privatization because of the legal backings. But I don't think it is reasonable. The focus of every government should be to service delivery to the citizens, and the so-called privatized power sector has not been working. They should find a way to make it work. Solar is not an alternative. We must have our power sector here working. Then solar can be a side, help. All the money they are spending there belong to us. We are all stakeholders. So if they can make effort to give themselves 24 hours power supply, they should first of all do it to the citizens. They should be the last to have it as our servants. As leaders, they should be our servants. They are using our resources to do that. They cannot make themselves comfortable while we continue to live in darkness. Not only living in darkness, we are still paying for the darkness. Their so-called privatized power is not serving us well, but we are paying every month. So that is selfishness, wickedness, and admittance of failure to serve the larger society of Nigeria. So if they do it, it is even, to say the least, stealing from us. We are the people they should serve first before themselves. So using our resources to make themselves comfortable at the expense of all of us is a big fraud.
I don't feel it's okay, but if they have used the money for the money, to empower people, to make things easier for people. A lot of people are hungry in Nigeria here. So by spending such a money to put them out to go and invest on solar, I don't think it makes any sense. So that is my own advice. I would rather advise them to use the money for other better things for the masses to enjoy.